Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Liz of Chicago Loud Luxury Makeup. For today's Sunday morning Get Ready With Me, we're going to be doing a full face of Sisley Paris. And we're going to be playing with some new liquid eyeshadows that I recently picked up. So if you're curious to see how I created this look and the products I used, keep watching. Good morning, it is Sunday and we are doing another Get Ready With Me. But today's video, we are going to be using all products from Sisley Paris. And I'm super excited. I absolutely love Sisley Paris. If you have been around my channel for a while, you know how much I love them. They are absolutely one of my top favorite brands. And what we're going to be doing is playing with these new liquid eyeshadows. I have used them before, so this isn't going to be a first impression. I absolutely love them. I love them and I want to get more. So we're going to create a full face of Sisley. And for the eyes, we're going to be using my newest product from Sisley, which is the liquid eyeshadow. So let's go ahead and get started with my absolute #1 favorite primer. And this is the Sisley Paris Double Teinture. This jar or this bottle is almost out. Like, I was lucky I could even get that much out. I am almost out. However, I have a backup. And I think there should be a sale within the next week at Selfridges, and usually Sisley is included in that sale, and it's like a significant price difference between the US price and the price of Selfridges. So if that happens, I will definitely post about it on Instagram, but definitely a time to stock up on the Double Teinture because it is expensive. It's not a cheap product. However, it is my absolute favorite. Not only does it keep my makeup on, but it makes it last throughout the day. I don't really get oily throughout the day. It's just a phenomenal primer. So now that we have that on, we're going to go in with foundation. And I'm going to use the Sisley Paris. This is the anti-aging foundation, and I have shade 2R Organza. So I'm going to pump about 3 pumps out on my hand, and then we're going to apply it with my BK Beauty 101. This is the travel brush, which I really like. BK Beauty has like a travel set where they have, I think it's 5 of their top brushes in like a travel size portion or travel size. So they're a little bit smaller. The handles are a little bit smaller, but they're great. I really like them. So I'm just going to apply this all over the face. This is a phenomenal foundation. I would say that it has light to medium coverage, but it is buildable. I'm going to build mine up to a medium coverage. However, if you were someone who liked a lighter coverage, I think you could use this and just put on like 1 layer. There is skincare benefits in this foundation. However, I would not rely solely on your foundation to get your skincare. For concealer, I'm using the Sisley Paris Eye Concealer with Botanical Extracts, and I have shade 3. Now, this shade I do think is a little bit yellow on me. However, it blends down, and it does work. I love this concealer. I think it is great. It really helps with puffiness and those mornings where I'm just a little bit tired and my eyes are showing it. It definitely helps. I'm just taking my brush and just going over my eyes just to give a little bit of a primer because I do not have a Sisley eye primer. And I'm not even certain that they make one. For powder, I'm going to use the Sisley loose powder, and I am almost out of it. I don't know if you can tell, but I am really close to finishing this loose powder. And it is one of my all-time favorites. And definitely something that I will be picking up if it is on sale. There are some products that I will go without. Like I will use other products until I need a refill. This loose powder is not one of them. This is just a phenomenal loose powder. It really does kind of like blur the skin. I think it's magical. That is honestly the word that I use to describe it. For bronzer, I'm going to go in with this Sun Gel Glow bronzer. You guys, this is so good. It's like this gel to powder formula, so it's a little bit creamy. It just gives the best natural sun-kissed glow. It is so good. I'm going to go in with my Sonia G Niji Pro, which is one of my favorite bronzer brushes. See how it just gives you that soft, bronzy sun look? I think it's so good. For blush, I'm going to use this blush stick. This is the Fido Blush Twist in shade 6 Passion. That's what it looks like. It's just a very soft peach. And then it also just kind of blends down into a powder. It turns really, really soft, almost like a silky like powder. So I'm going to take my BK Beauty 106 and I'm just going to go directly on top of the product. And then we'll apply it to my cheeks. Look how subtle that is. It just, these are so, so good. I feel like they don't get enough love. Like, I know I definitely don't reach for it enough. But I feel even on any social media platform, they just don't get enough love. And they really are a beautiful formula. And I love the shade. It's very subtle. Yeah, it just gives you that nice flush of pink. As you guys know, I love to layer my blushes. I love a cream blush and then top it with a powder. I'm going to go in with this powder Sisley blush in shade 5 Rosewood. I take my Chikuhodo cheek brush and I just pick up just a little bit of the product. And what I do is I just tap before I blend. For a highlighter, I'm going to go into those powder blush shades, but this is in shade number 6 Shimmer, and it is a highlight shade. I'm going to take my Sonia G NO2 Pro, and I'm going to apply it to my cheekbone. Do you see that? It's really, really pretty. I feel like it doesn't show a lot of texture. I think it's very good on mature skin. I definitely would say Sisley their products tend to gravitate towards a more mature audience. I don't think a lot of 20-year-olds are wearing Sisley. And I think their products show that. Like, they know their products are designed for their audience, if that makes any sense. Now we're ready to start playing with these new liquid shadows. I'm going to swatch all 3. I don't think I will use all 3 on my eye look today, but I am going to pair it with a powder shadow. So we're going to create an eye look using these, but I don't think I will use all 3. We'll see. About shades 1, 2, and 3. And they're all just a little bit similar, which doesn't surprise me. I have a type. All right, so first up, I'm going to swatch shade number 1. So that is Champagne. And then if we blend it, it really does match my skin, but there's just a little bit of shimmer. So shade number 2 is Copper. And there's Copper, and then we'll blend that. So you can see they really sheer out. And then the last one I have is shade number 3, which is Pink Gold. So Champagne, Copper, Pink Gold. They're similar. They are very similar. So I'm going to take Pink Gold and we're going to place it all over the eye. I'm going to take a rougher number 1 to blend that. So this is what we're going to put down almost as like a base or a primer. You could very easily use your fingers to blend these out. I prefer a brush. So there is pink gold all over the eye. It's very subtle. I think it is gorgeous. I'm going to give it just a minute or two to kind of sit down. I'm going to go in with shade number 2, Copper, and we're going to place that on the outer corner. And then I'm going to top it with the powder. And for powder, I have shade number 14, Sparkling Topaz. And we're going to create just a very, very subtle eye look today. Something that is easy and subtle enough that you could wear it every day to work, but it's going to be beautiful. I promise you it will be gorgeous. So it's been a minute or two. I'm going to go ahead now with shade number 2, Copper, and I'm going to place it in the outer corner. And you can see when I place the copper on top of the pink gold, there's not a lot of definition. The colors they look very similar, which is why I'm going to bring in that powder. But I think having the cream down as a base first will really intensify the powder. So I'm going to go in. I have a Marc Jacobs crease brush, and I'm going to go into this Sparkling Topaz. To that outer corner. And then blend into the crease. I think on its own, Copper would be a beautiful one and done shade. But unfortunately, I just got all the shades that look very similar. So I think there's a couple other shades that I'm interested in. I think they have one that's called Bronze, which I think would be really pretty. They have a green shade. I think it's called Wild. That is gorgeous. And I'm interested in picking that up, but I heard that it didn't work as well as the others, which is the only reason I didn't pick it up, because I do think that it would be really pretty. So there is the eye look before we put on any eyeliner or mascara. I think these shadows, like I said, are stunning. I really, really like them. I'm going to take a Sonia G Pencil 1, and I'm going to go into this shimmer shade to use in my inner corner highlight. If I go in with that champagne color, you really won't see it, I promise. I've been playing around with them enough to know that it is pretty light, and when you mix it on the eye, just kind of like I did with the copper and the pink gold, you really don't see much of a difference. So I think I kind of need to use them all individually. All right, so now we're going to line my eyes, and I'm going to do that off camera. I have the Sisley Fido Kohl Star Waterproof in shade Matte Onyx, and it's just a black shade. These are so good. They're definitely one of my favorite new products from Sisley, and I will definitely be picking up more shades. They're really, really good. So I'm going to go line my eyes off camera. I have a sample here of a Sisley mascara, and this is one that I have used before. I thought it was a different one, but it's not. So this is the So Intense mascara, and it's the one that has a very different applicator. It's not like any brush that I've ever had before. So I'm going to do all of that off camera, and then we'll be back to finish off this look with lips. So there's the finished eye look. I love it. I just love it. Like, it's a very subtle, like coppery brown, and I just think it's very, very pretty. I think it's very flattering for everyday wear. It's very subtle, but it is still just gorgeous. So I'm going to take a Sonia G Smooth Buffer, and I'm just going to kind of blend. I typically do this every single day, and it's just a step that I do normally off camera, but I wanted to show you guys how I do it. And I literally just buff my cheek. So kind of blend that highlight in with the blush. Very similar how I blend my crease on my eye. I just want to diffuse any harsh lines. So, and again, that's a step that I use daily, but I just normally do it off camera. So now we're going to move into lips. I'm going to use the Sisley lip liner in shade Beige Natural. The Sisley lip liners are probably my favorite. They are so good. They're very, very creamy. They go on so easily and they last. So this is something I definitely want to pick up more shades in because I really do like them. How do we try something different? So this is the Fido Lip Twist in shade number 19. So we're going to use this today. So there's shade number 19. I love these. I think they're so easy. I have a couple other shades. And then because you guys know how much I absolutely love these Sisley lip glosses, I am going to go ahead and top it with shade number 7, Venus. Now, shade number 2, Aurora, is my hands down favorite, but I keep that one in my purse now because I use it every day. But shade number 7 is very similar. So shade number 2, Aurora, is more pink. And then shade number 7 is a little bit more brown. But they're both a great nude lip gloss that you could wear on top of anything. So that's it. That completes my full face of Sisley Paris and using these brand new liquid eyeshadows from Sisley. I love them. I want more. I definitely want more. They are so good. I have other liquid eyeshadows from other brands. They're not as good. They are not, and I never reach for them because they're not very, they just don't work. These work. I really am impressed. I've been loving them. I purchased mine from my sales associate, James. I'm going to leave all of his information down below. He works out of Nordstrom, so if you have a Nordstrom credit card or you have like the Nordstrom reward system, you can contact him to purchase them. He is phenomenal. Phenomenal. So I will leave his Instagram down below for you guys if you're interested in reaching out to him. He has been great, and he is who I purchased these from. So I will definitely be reaching out to get some more. And then, like I said, I'll leave his information down below. So that is it. I would love to hear from you guys. If you guys have tried anything from Sisley, is this a brand you would like to see more of? Because, I mean, I love Sisley. I could talk about it for days and days and days. But I would love to hear what you guys think. If you've tried any of these liquid shadows, I would love to hear what shades you have and what colors you think I should pick up. I want to thank you guys all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy, and I will see you guys in my next video.